everyone, I'm Jovelyn Sumuya from Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Business. So for tonight's interview, I am going to introduce to you a friend of mine, Miss France Marion.
Hello everyone, good evening. Thank you so much, Ms. Jovi, for having me here. It's really an honor. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you also, ma'am, for accepting my request.
Sure, no problem. Anytime.
Okay, this interview is all about the business process outsourcing. So in layman's term, the call center industry. Okay, ma'am, my first question is, are you still working as a call center agent?
No, I actually resigned on 2017 of June. So I was just working in the industry for like 8 months. And I started November 2016 when I failed my major in my second degree in accounting. So I pursued the industry because I love English, and obviously call center is an industry that English is the major language that is used all over the world, and Filipinos are very good in English.
Yeah.
That's why the call center industry here in the Philippines is massive.
Yeah.
So that's the start.
May I ask, ma'am,
Sure.
what was the name of your previous company?
Oh, it's one of the biggest call center companies in the world.
Oh.
I think it has 55 branches, and it's
All over the world?
Yeah, all over the world. And its headquarters is in New York. It's
Oh,
the
nice.
Sutherland Global Services.
Sutherland.
One of the biggest companies.
Okay. Why did you decide to work in a BPO company?
So as I said earlier, I failed my one of my majors in my second degree in accountancy. So that's what I decided, because I was ashamed of and frustrated at that time, because financially we are not stable, and my mom just pushed me to have a better education. So I was ashamed at that time and frustrated, as I said earlier. So that's why I think at that night, the same day that I knew my result of the grade, that's the time that I decided to I love English, and I know it's kind of a silly reason for me to go into the call center the call center industry, but I love English so much.
Yeah.
That's why would
That was the one reason.
yeah, that's one of the reasons why I applied, so that I also can give back to my family, parents, for their sacrifice. So financially, that's one of the drive, financial and English. That's why I applied for being a call center agent at that time. And eventually, at the same time, at that night also, I got a call, and the next day, I have series of interviews process in call center in Sutherland, in Davao City.
Yeah.
With my aunt, I was with her.
Mommy?
Yeah, mommy.
Okay.
So with my aunt, so I got in. So at the same month, so I got in.
Wow, that's so nice. So, in the call center industry, what was the nature of your work?
In the call center industry in Sutherland Global Services, it has a lot of accounts, and in those accounts we serve different companies. So I have 2 accounts that I got. But the first one, I have a training for an antivirus provider.
Yeah.
It's called the Norton. So that's the first account. And I was a non-chat agent.
So you belong to a typing.
Yeah. A non-chat. So basically, you just have to chat with the customer or just give technical support through chatting. And there's also the other, which is a voice, or that's when you got to call the customer, or
Local and international.
Yeah, local and international. So basically, our customers are basically more on foreigners, English speaking.
Okay.
Americans, Australians,
Oh my
British. So those were my customers at that time.
Okay. So this is the last question. What is the advantage and disadvantage of working in a call center industry?
So for me, the advantages, there are top three advantages that I choose. First is I've got experience and learn more about the language, English.
That's nice.
Yeah, because I love English so much.
And English is a universal language.
Yeah, it's widely used. The second one is of course
financial.
Financial. That's the second one. The financial stability. I gotta support myself and also my family in little ways. And the third one, of course, is you've got to experience being disciplined in independence. Of course, you've been far away from your family and you have to be independently. But in order for you to survive, you have to be disciplined, be more independent. So that's the three advantages. So the first one is I've got experience more of the English language and used it up until today. The second one is the financial stability for myself and for my family. And the last one is the discipline in independence. So really, that's so important. So about the disadvantages, I wouldn't say it like just a disadvantage, but I would say it like a challenge. So the first one that I've had was a peer pressure. You know, you have
Pressure from work.
peer pressure, meaning you've got so much people around you and you're so new to the place. I am a provinciana, so when I was thrown out in the city, I was shocked. I was actually culture shocked there because people there are kind of, I'd say, more liberated than compared to here in the province. But it's not a bad thing. It's just that I was just shocked. So you have to you have to stand on your morals and your principles and your values so that you would survive there. And the second one is, I would say, the disadvantage of having a poor health, because basically when you're working in a call center industry, you have 3 shifts: the morning, the evening, and the graveyard shift. So I actually experienced those 3, and when I was in the graveyard shift, I was like up until 9 p.m. Our work starts 9 p.m. up until 7 a.m. So it's kind of hard for me because that's not my body clock. My body clock is in the morning. So that's the second. And the third one, of course, I miss my family so much. Like, there was a time there that I wasn't able to get home because of a hectic schedule at work. That's why when I called mom, I was like sobbing because, oh my god, I was missing home so much. I missed the home cooked meal, I missed the home cooked meals. I missed the warmth of the laughters of my family. So that's really that's the major disadvantage, I would say. But those disadvantages really develop me as a person also. So it doesn't just stay as a disadvantage, but it grew to become an advantage also, because you gain and learn so much from that.
You learned a lot.
From my experience.
Okay, such an inspiring interview. I get to know more about you, and especially I learned a lot about the call center industry. So thank you so much, Miss Franz, and thank you for watching, everyone.
Thank you so much, guys.
Bye-bye.
Good evening. Have a good night.
Good night.